Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 132, Calculus with Applications, Section 15.1, Problem 19. This is Section 15.1. It's problem number 19. We want to find the integral of 1 plus 7x over x. So the problem with this that makes it a little bit more difficult than some of the others is the fact that you have a variable in the denominator. And before I can do the integral, I have to write this problem so that it has no variable in the denominator. So the trick for this is what I call the common denominator trick. Instead of one big fraction, I write it as two separate smaller fractions that I can reduce. So it turns into 1 over x plus 7x over x. I just split the original into two smaller fractions. And now I can reduce each one. So the 1 over x, again, my goal is not to have a variable in the denominator. I'll write that as x to the minus 1. And then the 7x over x, I can just cancel the x's and have 7. So now this is the integral that I need to solve. It's the same as what was written originally, but it's in a different form. It's in a form that I can deal with now. Now that first piece, x to the minus 1, my regular format of doing the old exponent in the denominator plus 1 is not going to work. So if we try it, the number in front isn't written, but it's understood to be 1. So typically what you would do is set up a fraction. You'd have the number in front as the numerator of the fraction. Then the old exponent plus 1 is in the denominator. Then x to the old exponent plus 1. And the 7 would come from a 7x. You would have 7x to the 0. So what you would have really is 7 over 0 plus 1, x to the 0 plus 1. You'd have plus a constant. So the 7 with the x 0 plus 1 is fine. The 1 over and minus 1 plus 1 is a problem. Again, what you have really is 1 over 0. Can't have 0 on the bottom. So that's telling you we can't use this regular format that works for almost every other integral that you're going to do. This is where you have to do the natural log of the absolute value of x. And typically if there's a number in front, you keep it in front. There's no number in front, so you can just leave it. So technically, if you want to think of it this way, there was a 1 in front, we kept the 1 in front. 1 times the natural log of the absolute value of x. The 1 doesn't need to be written. Then the 7 over 0 plus 1 is just really 7. And x to the 0 plus 1 is x to the 1 or just x. So 7 over 0 plus 1, x to the 0 plus 1 power is simplified into 7x plus a constant. And that's the answer. And again, you can check it. You probably won't take it all the way back up to the beginning here, but the derivative of log x is x to the minus 1, or in other words, 1 over x. And the derivative of 7x is really just 7, which I had written here. I added the x to the 0 just to make it fit my integral formula, plus the constant, which has a derivative of 0.